Let's talk about anger and how to deal with it. Anger is a natural emotion that all humans struggle with. How we choose to handle our feelings of anger and negative emotions are crucial and is crucial to our overall social and emotional well-being. Learning to navigate our feelings of anger in a healthy manner can make all the difference in building constructive conflict resolution skills and maintaining positive relationships. All right, we're going to learn more. Looking for warning signs is key. It's one of the first steps in effectively navigating feelings of anger. Okay, again, is finding your own personal warning signs that might indicate negative emotions that are about to surface. So when these feelings are about to arise, there are often physiological, psychological, and emotional and cognitive warning signs that might be elicited. Each person has their own warning signs that indicate that these emotions are about to erupt. Gaining the insight and the ability to familiarize yourself with your personal warning signs is very, very important steps in learning to deal with anger, guys. So you got to learn how to take time out. This is another very beneficial strategy to deal with anger before it boils over. The act of taking time out, let's talk about what it is. So this is when we find a place in our mind that mentally brings us tranquility and peace when we're having angry emotions. So a crucial part of this step, though, is to identify a place before you get angry. You can't do it when you're angry all of a sudden, remembering that I need to take a time out. So in the moment of your anger, your mind will be clouded, and it will be a lot more of a challenge to identify that place. Now, when you have entered into this place where you want to time out mentally, it needs to be a place where that you really like and that brings lots of calmness. And it's a place where you then mentally go and then you practice relaxation, breathing, you clear your mind. And once you've cleared your head, you try to practice what you might say too. So you calmly recondition yourself, trying to calm yourself. Say, this is what I would do. I can critically think. So this would also be a good time to recognize your responses to anger too. So they will be easier to identify the next time, and you know when you need to go into a timeout. So the timeout is not a good time to be engaging in any sort of activities that cause more anger. So when you're in timeout, be in timeout, focus on calming down and figuring out a constructive response to the situation. That means a logical response, critically thought out response. So it's important to note that timeouts are not an escape from reality and are only temporary. So you're not in dreamland, it's reality. You're coming back. It's important to return back to the situation that caused the anger, to face it in a healthy way. Now, we also want to find the source of our anger. It's another crucial step in regulating one's anger, right? We got to know where it comes from. So one of the first steps is finding the source of anger. But it's about recognizing first that we're humans and we've all dealt with anger. Okay, we can all be frank about that. So whether or not the feelings are rooted deeply inside us or they're easy to find or more difficult to find, there's always a root of anger in us, and it's imperative to find out what it is if we want to effectively learn how to regulate our anger. So another important step is to ensure that you are not displacing your feelings of anger. So displacing can be another root, but it's a tendency to deflect feelings of anger about one specific event or person when anger is actually rooted in another issue. Now, we got to examine our thinking when have an angry attitude. We usually have negative thought patterns, and we're going to figure out what situations evoke these negative thought patterns. During this step, it's crucial to examine yourself and your inner thoughts truthfully. The following questions are assumptions, distortions, and you need to ask yourself, I mean, they're related to distortions of what happens when we get angry. Now, a healthy way to think better is like, are these expectations realistic? Do I feel like I really deserve what's happening? Am I relating the situation to another situation or person of my past that maybe evokes this negative response for me? Did this person or thing that made me angry, have the malicious intent to do so, or was it an accident? In the long view, how much will the situation pose an effect on my life? And what am I really trying to achieve here, right, with my anger? Am I going to get what I want? What are the costs and benefits of my anger? Is it causing me more harm than good, to act or think this way? Another question, we often think that anger is justified. Is it justified? So we need to explore, is it justified? Now, if you've gone through each of these steps that we've talked about above and carefully you still feel like you're justified in feeling your anger, then there are a few steps that you need to take, okay, from this point on. Now, since anger is a natural emotion, we've already agreed on that, you can allow yourself to feel this emotion. Feeling the emotions and acting out feelings of the emotion are two completely different things. So allow yourself to discuss your emotions in a constructive and effective way with the person that elicited this response, okay? So when you discuss with them what is making you feel angry, they're more likely to respond empathetically, rather than instigating the evocation of another negative response. So make sure that you are not passive in your actions and that you do not have an outburst while you're doing it. So angry outbursts only escalate the situation. So also make sure that you're utilizing I statements to discuss how you feel. Do not point your finger and say, you are, the reason I'm mad. This will only, because that'll only escalate the situation. It would be more constructive, don't ask why for people, but it's more, it's better when you say, because what you did, I feel a certain way, really brought back this experience for me. And it reminded me of something in the past. You want to take full responsibility for your anger. You don't want to blame, and you want to express the desire to talk about this and to navigate to a solution together. Now, I know this was a lot of information. We hope you gained something from it. We hope you listened to the whole thing. This is a lot of information that we use in many of our courses, whether they're in person or online or it's part of therapy. But my name is Dr. Justin Lorenzo. I'm a clinical and forensic psychologist located in Jacksonville, Florida. And I just want to thank you very much for listening to this video about anger and learning how to manage your anger. Thank you very much.